Well, I don't know what I'm going to film, or I didn't plan on filming a specific thing, so I'm just going to film what I'm currently doing. I was currently just touching up this heat treat, and I'll be doing more touching up of these bifaces to refine them. And they will be available for sale, the ones that I refine, quote unquote. I need to, clean these up and get rid of some of the step fractures and stuff. Like right there. And do something maybe with this. I don't know, it's going to be difficult to go through and nap through that. Maybe not. I could take a flake from the other side. Yeah, that might be a safer bet. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking, what am I gonna do for a video today? I don't know. So I just turned the camera on. Nothing specific. I slept a lot today because I was feeling like I was missing some sleep. I haven't been sleeping well. I need to get one of those things for my phone that tracks my sleep. Do they have those? Because they've got apps that track how much you walk and stuff. I wonder if they have apps that track how much you sleep. Sometimes I go without sleeping much and I don't even notice because I don't keep track. I get at least 5 hours of sleep, but sometimes I don't get much more than that. I'll just lay there for hours sometimes, just thinking or listening to an audio book or surfing websites. I'll wake up early. They say your hormones are very active in the morning, so it's very hard to go back to sleep in the morning, I think. Well, it used to not be for me. I used to be able to go back to sleep easy, but nowadays I cannot go back to sleep easy in the morning if I wake up too early. If I wake up, I'm pretty much up. You know, 8 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 3 hours, don't matter. A lot of times when I wake up, I'm up, and that's it. And then it catches up with me, and I feel like sleeping all day. Like today. Feel much better. Went to the store. What did I do today? I bought groceries today. Right? Or was it yesterday? Dang it. I don't remember. I think it was today. But I think I also went yesterday too. Yeah. You know, you always forget something, and I forgot the cat food and dog food. Oh yeah. We used to have indoor cats, but now we just feed strays. Yep, they come and go. Some of the strays will eat the mice that come around. But it's funny because a lot of times the mice are coming around because we're putting out cat food. Yeah, the mice like to eat the cat food. And if the cats are not hunters, if they don't have that, if they don't develop that instinct right away, you know, because I put out food, we get both the cats and the mice eating the cat food at different times, of course. You know, the mice are pretty smart. They'll time it to where the cats are not around. I've seen them do it. My dogs will chase mice and kill mice. Better than the cats out front. My dogs out back will kill mice every time, but the cats out front, not so much. They'll get the birds. Yeah. They'll get the birds, but not the mice. In many cases. Some cases I'll see them with a mouse. Yeah. So this is a heat treat. Makes it so much easier. Yeah, you saw that flake earlier, right? Let's see, where is it? I don't know where it went. Well, it was a cool flake that took off a lot of this mess. One flake just kind of cleared a bunch of that, and then I was able to send in shorter flakes and clean that up. Now I gotta try to remove that lump here, right? I don't gotta, but I could. I should. Yeah, it'd be good. I should, I could, and it would be good. Yeah. My son asked me if I'm on a Discord server debating people. I said no, I'm not on a Discord server. I told him I spent 2 years on Twitter arguing with people and watching arguments. Yeah, Twitter is the devil. It's better now, right? Or I don't know if it's any better, but I have an account now on Twitter again, but I just use it for lurking. I just watch. I don't participate. Yeah. I don't put hashtags or anything. I don't post Flintknapping stuff on Twitter. Twitter is one of those things that I have subscribed to again because I suppose I got FOMO, fear of missing out. I want to see what's going on. Then I regret it. Did I really want to see that? Really? And I say to myself, I don't know if I want to see this. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, I don't subscribe to, or I don't follow accounts that have things that I don't want to see. Right? It's better for that now. I don't get a bunch of weird stuff in my feed either, like I used to. Yeah, my feed was feeding me weird stuff in the old days of Twitter. Yeah. The feed will feed you. It didn't give you much choice. But I think it is better now. I think. What else did I do today? What else did I do? I'm listening to audiobooks again. Lots of them. I can listen to 2 a week, right? And that's about 100 a year. That's my max. I did that for 2 years. Maxed out on my audiobooks. I got over 200 books now under my belt. What good did it do me? Well, it helped me focus on what I want to actually read. I don't like fiction. Don't like politics. I like philosophy, but I'm narrowing it down. Not all philosophy is useful, in my opinion. And it is an opinion. Because, you know, you can say that some philosophy is useful because you want to know what you're not supposed to believe in. Yeah. You don't want to leave that out. You don't want to leave out the stuff you're not supposed to know. Or the stuff that's the opposite of good. It's true, you need to know what the opposite of good is, but, you know, get back into a situation where you can't unsee it. Yep. And you want to unsee it real bad, but too late. Why are so many philosophers so kooky? I don't know. I have no idea. Why? You know, somebody must know that they're kooky. It can't be just me. So why do they still call them philosophers instead of kooky people? It could be that principle. Well, you gotta know what's kooky. Yeah. You gotta know what's not real philosophy by seeing it. How do you know it's not real philosophy unless you see it? Yeah, I know. It's a conundrum. You gotta study all the fallacies too. All the logical fallacies. Study logic, it'll help you. In general. It's my advice to you. Study logic. You can often determine if an argument is worthwhile just by the logic of it. You don't need to be an expert in it. If the person describing something is not logical, like he's not using proper rules of logic, then you can dismiss it just on that basis. You can go, this is not right. You're not describing it right. I don't trust it. So there. Yeah. You got to describe it in the correct way. You know, no contradictions. Don't contradict yourself. Don't deny something and then use it in your explanation as if it exists. Yeah, that happens a lot in philosophy. If you read philosophers, they deny something, but then they use it in their explanations as if it exists. Can't do that. Or they don't use it in their explanations, but they conduct themselves as if it exists. Yeah. I don't know if I should continue with this. Let me think about this. I don't know if I want to thin it down anymore because you know what happens, right? You start thinning it down too much and you get a step fracture you cannot remove. Am I going to listen to my own advice? Because it's still got a lump right there. I could thin it there. But my own advice would be, don't push your luck on a thin piece because you might not be able to get rid of the step fracture if you install one. Trying to thin down a thin piece, which is the most difficult thing in Flintknapping. Yeah. Especially don't try it while you're talking about goofy philosophers, because then you'd be in a bad mood. Yeah. I'm saying goofy just to be nice. I always try to be nice. Except when I'm not. Okay, I am going to attempt to thin that, but I'm just kind of delaying it a little bit. Yeah. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? I would like a bold flake to go into that area. Yep. So, what have I been doing other than that? Other than I slept a lot today. Went to the store. Cooked some food. I think I told somebody this morning I'm not going to reveal my camera setup. No, I'm not going to. I mean, people have seen it at Knappings. They've seen what I do because I brought my camera equipment to the Knapping and filmed over there. Yeah. So, I mean, some people have seen it. But I'm trying to preserve my uniqueness. If I show you my setup and other people start doing it, I will not be unique anymore. Why are you asking me to not be unique? Why? You might say, dude, I'm not asking you to do that. I just want to know what you do. Yeah, well, the consequences of me telling you what I do is I'm not going to be unique anymore. That's the consequence. You don't look at the consequences of your requests. Look at the consequences of what you request, what you ask for. Not just for you, but for the other person. Yeah. Some people say, yeah, I'll ask someone, I'll request something just because I know the consequences of it if they refuse. Yeah. Ooh, that's one thing I learned on Twitter. I will ask you to do something for me that if you refuse, you look bad. Real bad. What can I ask him to do for me that would make him look real bad if he refuses? Yeah. I learned those tricks too. I'm not saying that that's what they do when they ask me to do something like reveal my camera setup. I understand why people ask me that, because they want to be able to film up close and stuff. Film like this from a first shooter perspective. I've been told I'm a first shooter perspective Flintknapper on video. Yeah. Whatever that means. I think it's video game reference. Anyway, I don't blame you for asking me. I'm just not going to do it. Yeah. Got my reasons. I got my reasons. Yeah. Yeah, I learned on Twitter all these tactics on how to make you, how people make other people look bad. Yep. It's not a healthy thing to learn. No, but it's out there. It's a thing that I never would think that the internet would be used for. The internet, you know, is supposed to be for talking and communicating. But there are some people out there who are geniuses at communicating with you in such a way that you will look like a bad person. Yeah. You won't look like a bad person to reasonable people, but who's reasonable on the internet? Huh? Not many. Because they see all the foolishness and they go, this is foolishness. I'm gonna go on the internet only to watch these cool YouTube videos. That's it. Yeah. And hopefully I'm not making you look bad. Unless you're an antler person. Someone might say, are you making fun of people again? Some people might ask. Or they'll say, wait, what is it? Is it an inside joke? What is antler people? What is it? Who are they? Wait, don't tell me. Do they sabotage things? Saboteurs. That's what they are, huh? They'll sabotage your rock stash. Yeah. Tell them where you find the rocks and they'll sabotage it. They don't want you to mess with nature. No, that's not antler people. Although, I suppose those do exist. Sabotage you so you can't do nothing. In that sweet spot where you found all that rock. They'll call the game warden or something and say, yeah, people have been shooting, they've been poaching. Check it out. Those are poachers. You go in there and all of a sudden you see a sign, no poaching. Poachers will be prosecuted. And then you go, what? Where did that sign come from? Now, I've never had that happen to me. That's just something from my imagination. But I assume that can't happen. I assume that can happen. So you gotta watch out. But I've never seen an antler person do that, so I can't start spreading rumors. So what is an antler person? It's one of those terms that I hope no one is really offended by, because I'm using it in a kind of a kidding way. Because I use antler when I flint knap sometimes, but antler person is someone who insists on the idea that the only way to learn knapping the correct way is to use antler and hammerstone and natural tools. That's the only true way to learn flint knapping. And they'll bug you. It's fine to say the only true way to learn is the way that they used to do it with natural tools. That's perfectly fine to say, yeah. I agree with that. The only way to learn is to use the tools that they use, of course. But then they'll bug you. Now that's the part where they become the antler people instead of just normal people. They bug you. Yeah. They go, what you doing? What are you trying to accomplish? Think you're smart? You're not. I'm gonna bug you. Because you're stupid. Yeah. They'll bug you. So I make fun of them. The ones that bug you. If you're not bugging anybody, I'm not talking to you. Yeah. If you're not bugging anybody, I'm not talking to you. If you're all offended, if you get all offended, take it out on me. Comment in the comment section and take it out on me. Don't go on someone else's channel and go, there's someone making fun of me on this other channel. No, just tell me. I don't think that's right. You talking about people like that. Yeah. I'll say, okay. I know. It's a joke. Yeah. And they'll say, well, you got a strange sense of humor, dude. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. Please. Enlighten me with something I don't know. I know I got a strange sense of humor. Oh, yes. Yep. But yeah, I use antler in my flint knapping sometimes. I got a channel called Allergic Hobbit. And then some people were going to go, Wait. What do you mean allergic habit? That's when you nap with natural tools. It's supposed to be serious. It's not some kind of joke. Why do you name your channel that? Yeah, it's weird. Well, I think we already established that I'm weird. Yeah. Strange sense of humor. That should clue you in. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, if I had an Indian name, you know, you heard of the way the Indians sometimes were named. Sitting Bull and Red Hand or whatever. A two-part name describes you. Someone gives you the name. Dances with Wolves, you know, that kind of thing. If someone were to name me, like if I were to name myself, my Indian name would be Allergic Hobbit. That's why. That's why I came up with that. Way back in the day, before I even started Flintknapping, I posted on a blog as Allergic Hobbit. Way before I started napping. And it was a silly, stupid little blog where I would just joke around with people. Yeah, and I used to invent little phrases called hobbitisms. Yeah. You think I just make up words on this channel? Oh no. I used to do it a lot. Of course, I'm not making up words on this channel. They're real Flintknapping terms. Yeah. Real. They're real. Yeah. Like what, you might say? What are the Flintknapping terms you come up with? Or they're real? Sorry, they're real ones. What are they? Yeah, you'll find out as you go along. You gotta watch the channel, dude. I'm promoting my own channel here. Gotta watch it. So you'll learn all those cool Flintknapping terms that I come up with once in a while. Yeah. So there you go. We went from learning how to make people look bad to weird Flintknapping terms. How did I string all that together? How did I segue from one of those topics to the next topic? I don't know how I do it. It's kind of like my Flintknapping. I don't know how I get from helpless situation or hopeless situation to a good situation. I don't know. That's just the story of my Flintknapping career. Going from hopeless to repaired, doing a lot of damage control. Yeah, I learned early on that I gotta do a lot of damage control. Sometimes, even with heat treat, it doesn't work all that great because of the inconsistencies in the stone. But I still like this stone a lot. It's one of my favorites. I didn't mention it before because I thought it was pretty rare, but I'm getting the feeling that it's not all that rare. It's just people don't like working it because of these little pockets of inconsistencies. I think that's why people don't like working it. Or maybe they do like working it and I'm just not in the know. I just out of the loop. Like always. If I know about it, I'm usually the last one to know about it. Yeah. I'm not up to speed on the latest trends. Not usually. People would ask me, "You've been hiding under a rock?" And I would say, "Yes." How do you know? You've been peeking in my yard? How do you know that? No, this is just joke, dude. Okay. For a second there, I thought you were spying on me. Yeah. So I live under a pile of rocks. I don't get the news. Yeah, I don't watch the news. I'm listening to that siren. Can you hear it? Yeah, I'm waiting for it to stop because it's distracting me, and I gotta focus on this too. I live near a major hospital. Dang it. I live near a major hospital, and there's always these ambulances going by. Yeah. That's ambulances. I figured it out. There's almost no crime here. It's Saturday night, so there might be some drivers who are under the influence, but that's not all that common here either. Well, maybe not all that common to get caught. There's probably a bunch of them. I don't know. Don't hear about it too much. Anyway, nighttime is usually pretty quiet, and I've resigned myself to napping mostly at night on video. But once in a while, I still get the sirens. They're a lot more common during the day. And once in a while, there's a medic helicopter or medevac, or I don't know what they call it. There's helicopters that come in with emergencies. So I can hear that on video too. And it sounds like I'm in a crime infested area with the helicopters and the sirens and sounds of big trucks going by, like big fire trucks. The trucks and trains that go by seem like right in the middle of a big industrial area. No. It's just the nature of the business around here. We're right smack dab in the middle of oil field. Lots of trains and trucks. Lots of people coming and going, moving in and moving out, depending on the oil booms and busts. Oil prices. Depending on the oil prices, you get people moving in and moving out. What does that got to do with the noises? I don't know, but it seems to be really noisy. It's got to be everything combined, right? It's busy around here. Busy. Luckily, the traffic's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. It's getting worse, but it's not too bad. Anyway, what do we got? What else we got on the agenda? I keep putting off some of the things that I've been requested to make. Stuff that requires vertical punch work. I need to start practicing the vertical punch work. But I don't want to use the conventional vertical punches because I can't see what I'm doing. You know what I mean? If I use a nail to punch like this, you see what I do when I hold a nail? I can't see. And then I punch, I hit the top of this. I can't see what I'm doing. So I got to come up with another way to do the vertical punching. You might say, well, the other nappers can't see what they're doing. It's a problem. I like to see what I'm doing. Okay? I like it. If I don't like doing it, I'm not going to do it. So that's the rule around here. That's my house rule. Something went wrong there. Can you see? There's a crack now. Right there. I hit right here. It hit this really, really hard, I guess. And now we have a little crack. We got a problem. It looks terrible. Yeah, we have a problem. Dang it. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. I'll just take a hit and see what it does. Yeah. Definite problem there. See that? Dang it. Just that one hit from there. Yeah, gotta be careful. Let's see, where's my brokes and bifaces? Right there? That's my... I haven't even started the pile of them yet. Where did it... I had like 2 more ones. Where'd it go? I don't know. Oh, this is a heat treat. This is another heat treat from that same batch. Let's see if this works. Yeah, the best way to get over is just get back in the saddle. Yeah. Next. Don't worry about it. Just get back in the saddle. Get up, dust yourself off, get back in there. Yeah. Why don't I knap that into little arrowheads? I don't know. Why don't you? Do you do that? Do you knap those into little arrowheads? Some of you guys do. So I can't say. I can't make fun of yous. Or I can't say nothing. Yeah. Some of you guys. You can knap the small ones. Now this has got issues. See that's a crack. Right there. And right there. These are cracks from the original stone. But from what I remember, this original stone was extremely difficult to knap. Now it's pretty good. But it has issues, as always. And that might be a crack here. These things might be little crackazoids. What are crackazoids? It's a Flintknapping term. You don't know? Now you know. Am I pulling your leg? Of course. So now you know. Crackazoids. Yeah. Crackiola pudding. Crackiola pudding. That's what it is. Do I want to continue with this piece when it's got that crack in it right there? Can you see it? I can see it. I don't want to continue with it because it's, well, I don't know. Is it deep? Does it, how far does it go? You want to find out? Let's find out. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Let's find out. Let's find out how far that crack goes. Let's just do a frontal assault and wipe that out. Bring up your anti-tank guns and fire at point blank range. Blow the turret off. I just blew the turret off that tank. Yeah. It looks good. Actually, it looks good. Now I'm happier. Much happier. I've been reading World War II books. Yeah. Eastern Front on the German side. Horrible, horrible warfare. Yeah, they tried everything. They tried to try everything in the First World War, but then they continued to try stuff in the Second World War. Yeah. They got good at trying all kinds of stuff in warfare. I'm amazed about how much they used artillery in World War II. I thought, I figured they used up all their artillery stuff in World War One. They figured it doesn't work that great. They pounded the crap out of each other with artillery in World War One. It didn't really do much as far as, affect the outcome of the war. Just made everybody miserable. Give you a shell shock. So I figured, it wasn't that much artillery in World War II. Wrong. There was a heck of a lot of artillery in World War II. Yeah. Every day, every battle, there's always artillery. And missiles. They introduced missiles. Oh, yes. And these missiles could be loaded with all sorts of payloads. They could be loaded with different payloads, because the missiles, they don't shock the payload as it goes into the air, right? It's not like being fired out of a cannon. The missiles are more gentle, so you can stick all kinds of weird technology in the tip of that missile. Yeah, they had missiles that would have timed fuses or sensors or something that would cause the warhead to explode before it hit the ground, and it would send out flammable droplets in a big area, and then another device would ignite the flammable droplets and just firebomb or fireball the area with each missile. And if you were close to ground zero where that missile hit, you'd get sprayed with this stuff. And then the missile would ignite the flammable liquid, and you'd be on fire. Yeah. And it was intense heat, so you'd be cooked in like half a second. Yep. Fireballs. Firebombs. They experimented with these things. Some of you guys know about this stuff, and you probably think, no, that's not exactly how it worked. Yeah, I'm kind of just trying to remember from the description. But I'm pretty sure the first blast sent out all this flammable stuff, and then the secondary blast would ignite it. You'd have a big fireball with each missile, and they would send out hundreds of missiles into one area. It was supposed to be an area effect weapon, not precision. It's not precision bombing. It's an area effect. So if you have a concentration of troops or whatever, you just fire the missiles at the concentration of troops, and it just decimates them. Whether they're in a trench or in a bunker or in a vehicle, as long as there's something open that allows that vapor to get in there, you're toast. Literally toast. Yep. Stuff like that. Why am I reading that kind of stuff? I was in the Army National Guard as a mechanized infantry and a combat engineer. I had two MOSs. Yep, that is possible. I was trained in two different, because they needed it. They needed training. They needed an officer for combat engineers when I was in officer school. So I said, they asked me, do you want to train in this? I said, yeah, I'll train in that, because I got a unit that needs you. All right, I'll train in combat engineer. How's that? So that's what I did. So I learned how to blow things up, and I became interested in that. Yeah. Landmines. Landmines also. But clearing obstacles. Combat engineers clear obstacles. Yep. They can also conduct water crossings, Stuff like that. If your vehicle doesn't float, you gotta cross the water somehow. Either build a makeshift bridge, set up pontoon bridge, or maybe even a ferry, like a raft situation, or divert the river. That requires a lot more effort, but there are various ways to get people across rivers. So we learned stuff like that, and then learn how to prevent river crossings. Not only did we learn how to create river crossings, we learned how to sabotage river crossings or prevent them. Yeah. Anyway, I got kind of tired of reading the philosophy books because they're a bunch of kooky people. Bunches of cookies. So yeah, take a break and read about war. Yeah, not much of a break. Not much of a break in the kooky department. Oh well. Now what am I going to do with this one? I'm trying to get rid of the thickness and get rid of all the step fractures. And it seems like it turned out pretty good as far as the heat treat. And I got another one going in tonight. I'm going to do one every other day. Every other day there should be a new heat treat. But you're not going to see it on video. Probably. You might, but I doubt it. It'll get boring after a while. Yeah. So I'm going to say, no, it's not boring. It's not boring. Don't worry, it's not boring. Stop worrying about the boring. Stop it. Okay, I'll stop it. I'll just worry if it's boring to me. How's that? If I don't like it, I won't do it. How's that? I'm not wearing my wrist band today. My wrist is not acting up. I should still wear it, right? As a preventative measure. Now that I think about it. I didn't even think about it. Preventative maintenance. Yeah. I should wear it so I don't get a sore wrist. How's that? That would be too smart. Yeah, I can't do it because it's too smart. Let's see, does this fit in my metal dart foreshaft? It does. I don't have to thin it anymore. But I will. Yeah. See, it can be really thick. Right, boys and girls, you can make thick points and they will still fit into that metal dart foreshaft. Or a knife. It can be thick, so don't get all worried that the thickness is too much. Unless you get itchy. Okay, we've talked about it. If you get itchy, then yeah, you got to do something. Itches are the worst. Some people are going, "What the heck now? What the heck is going on?" Too many inside jokes here. Yeah, I'm gonna make it all inside jokes. That means you need to catch up with it. You need to watch other videos. I got a bunch of them. I make more than one video. This is not my only video. I got more than one. I got more than two. I got a couple. Yeah, I got a few. It won't take you too long to watch my videos. Oh, they don't know. They don't know me. They don't know. We'll just keep it a secret between you and me. There's no secret there. Yeah. It's not gonna take you long to watch my videos. Yeah, just do a search. You'll see a few of them up there. It's not too bad. Flintknapping. I gotta do some special flintknapping. Make some ceremonial points. I requested to do it. Ceremonial. Well, most of my stuff is ceremonial because it's not used for hunting. It's just displayed. Yeah, most of the stuff I make just goes into displays, as far as I know. Now, some of you guys are using my points for stuff and you're not telling me. You're not informing me on what you're using the points for. So I don't know. I'm assuming they're just going up on the wall or something. Yeah, so that, you know, start collecting. Collectors collect. It's not a bad thing. So they're ceremonial because they're just for collection purposes. Yeah, that's what I say. So that kind of gets me off the hook, right? I don't need to do no ceremonial points, right? No, that's not gonna work. Dang it! I thought that would work. Well. I don't know what ceremonial points to do other than the really difficult Mayan eccentrics. But then I gotta do the vertical punches. I don't think there's any way to do those unless you have vertical punches. Those Mayan eccentrics, I like them too, and I would like to have some for my displays that I might have someday, and don't have any displays right now. I've made displays for people. Well, I've made points, enough points for them to make their own display. I don't sell cased points in various points in a case and then sell it that way. I know some guys that did that, or that maybe they still do. They'll make 5 or 6 points, put it in a case, and sell the whole set. I don't do that, although I could. I don't because it takes me too long. I just wing it the whole time. I'm just winging it the whole time. Whatever I can make is what I make. I hardly ever am able to plan anything. I just grab a piece of stone. If it works out, it does. If it doesn't, next. You know, it's all chaotic. Sometimes it breaks in half. I gotta start over. But starting over might mean, oh, I gotta do another batch of heat treat. That was my last good piece. Broken in half. And now I don't have another one to match the color, and I've already sent off pictures of the stone, and it got approved. Yep, that's a good color. That's what I like. And then I break it, and then I don't have anything else at the moment. So what am I gonna do? Scramble time. I can usually find it, but it requires some scrambling, and then my post office is terrible. Every time I order something, I have to, you know, rattle some rattles and sing some chants and stuff to prevent bad luck. Yeah. So they get here to me in one piece. I shouldn't say that because I got something on the way. I'm gonna jinx it if I keep talking. Yeah. You get that way after receiving packages that for seemingly unknown reasons are all messed up. Quote unquote unknown. Yeah, I know why, because they look at the box and it's, oh, just a cute little tiny box, and they pick it up and it weighs 25 pounds and they go, what the heck? The guys are shipping a battery. You're not supposed to ship batteries. This feels like it's a box of lead. What are they doing? I don't like this. I'm gonna drop it a few times because I hate it. So I get it and it looks like it's been dropped a few times. Yeah. They hate the big boxes. I mean, they hate the boxes that are heavy. Around here anyway. They don't like the workout. Or something. Or they think it's batteries and they're going, this guy's mailing stuff he shouldn't be mailing. So I'm gonna drop it. Yeah. Break it. Then they hear the rocks. They go, what? I can just hear it. I can just see them. They pick it up and shake it like a Christmas present. What the heck is in here? If you only knew, you wouldn't like it. Any mail people? I bet there's mail carriers that watch some of my videos. They're going to say, dude, we're professionals. We don't act that way. We don't act that way. What are you talking about? Giving us a bad name. I'm not going to watch your channel. You don't deserve it. Yeah. Talking smack about mail delivery. What else can I do? Sometimes I get a box that looks like they've been fighting with it. Like, you think you're tough, huh? Take this. You think you're tough? Take that. A couple kicks. Yeah. Not so tough after all, huh? Look at you, just sitting there. Not even fighting back. Not so tough after all, huh? Yeah. I came from a generation that we had bullies. I don't know if they still have bullies. Are there still bullies in school? When I was going to school, grade school especially, recess was bully time. Yeah. They'd be sneaky, you know. They'd come around and if they didn't like you, they would smack you upside the head. Or if not necessarily they didn't like you. Sometimes, yeah, but it's usually if they could get away with it, if you wouldn't do anything, they'd smack you upside the head. Yeah. They say, what's the matter? You can't take a joke? You little crybaby. Yeah, they would say stuff like that. But I don't know what they do these days. I don't even know if I should talk about it. But yeah, the mail packages reminded me of that. They're gonna bully the boxes. Yeah. Smack the box upside the head. Because it doesn't do nothing. Just sits there. Yep. Acts all tough, but you know you bug it and it just sits there. Anyway. They used to tell us, yeah, fight back. Sometimes they would tell us, yeah, fight back. What's the problem? The only way you're going to get the bully off your back is to fight back. Yeah, it works in the movies. But if the bully's a psycho, fighting back is exactly what he wants you to do. That way, points the finger. You can't take it, huh? I wasn't teasing you that bad. Yeah, just can't take it. And so forth and so on and all that. How do I know? I don't know. I think that's sufficient on that one. How much time we got? We got a bunch of time. Let's see. Got a bunch of time on our hands. Did I already do one of these? I tried, but then I broke it. What do I need to do? Do I need to do one of these? Do I need to get out one of these? Let's see. Oh, this is sweet. I don't even know if this is heat treat. I doubt it because it's too... I don't think I would put that whole thing in the heat treat. Yeah, I don't think I would. Sweet raw stone. Although, I don't know. I might be taking too much of a risk to nap this sweet stuff right now. Why is it a risk, you say? You might ask. Because my hand's still a little bit sore. And I was just napping some really easy stuff, and this is raw. So it's I got to transition to the raw stuff. It cracks in a different way. Yeah. And I'm going to try to maximize it for a big biface. Instead of taking off little spalls, I'm going to try to maximize it for a biface. So it's a little bit different in strategy. I talked about a lot of different topics in this video. It's going to be kind of hard if it's not suitable for monetization. It's going to be kind of hard for me to figure out what did I say? What was it? They're watching me. Sometimes my content is not monetized. The algorithm's got its eye on me. We'll see. Dang it, that was not good. That should have gone. Maybe it's not so sweet. Maybe it's very inconsistent. Yeah, even with a massively hard hit, didn't quite do it. Yeah, it does it good in that direction. What's up? What is up with that? Rocks don't have grain like wood. It doesn't have grain, so usually it doesn't matter in which direction you hit it, but sometimes it does flake better in one direction than the other. And I think it has to do with the inconsistencies and cracks in various textures. Sometimes it's hard on one side and soft on the other, that kind of thing. And when I first started, people used to tell me, or not people, sometimes other nappers would tell me that their experiences, sometimes there's grain in the stone. You gotta nap it according to its grain, which is true in some cases. You get striations that are seams that it'll nap better in one way than the other because the seams can cause stepping. They're not really bad cracks. Like in some obsidians, you'll see there's layers in the obsidian, and when you nap in a certain direction, it causes little step fractures, but doesn't do that if you nap it in the other direction. That I can see, but not all rocks are like that. So it got me confused for a little while, And then I learned, oh, okay, yeah, only some stones have that grain issue. And it's mostly like petrified wood and obsidian. But cherts are not like that. As far as I know, I've never encountered a chert with that type of grain where it has layers in it that affect the step fracturing. I've seen seams in it, and the seams do affect the step fracturing, but it's not the same as the layers. Anyways, this one does seem to knap better in one direction than the other, but I think it's because there's a difference in consistency between the outside and the inside. Although it looks like the same stone, it's not all that consistent. You know, it's the same color, it looks the same texture. There are issues with it. Let's see. Sometimes you can tell on a big flake. Sometimes you can hold it up to the light and you can see internal cracks that might be healed. You can see stuff that's a problem or issue. I can make a little arrowhead out of that, probably. There's a crystal pocket in there. I don't know. Sometimes those crystal pockets will get you. Yeah, let's see. So to maximize it for a biface, I'm already getting close. Close to the final, or close to the max dimensions on this. Yeah. So why did I pick this stone? A lot of you guys are knapping stones like this. You crack them open out in the field and you go, ooh, that looks good. Now how do I knap it? Like this. This is how you knap it. And if you're lucky, it's a good piece of stone. If you're lucky. If you're not so lucky, it'll give you a lot of trouble. Even though it might look really pretty. A lot of times the prettiest stone is the stuff that'll give you the most trouble. In my experience. Now, would this benefit from heat? On this particular one, it's dark root beerish looking stuff. I don't think it would benefit much. I think it might even break up. I could be wrong, but I don't think it benefits much from heat, although it might heat some of those flakes. Just to see, just to find out. Although I have other pieces that I think I might have already tried. I just can't remember. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It doesn't travel. The flakes don't always travel. That one did. Nice. You can make arrowheads out of that stuff. It's nice. It's got internal inclusions and all kinds of cool stuff. Maybe even fossils. Prehistoric protozoa. Yeah. I don't even know what that means. Okay. What am I going to do? Well, It made me get out the indirect percussion flaker. It made me do it. Yep. Had no choice. Gotta get serious. Get the steel out. Yeah, it's tough. Dang it. Steel can power through it though. That's awesome. See that? You missed it. I just powered through that with excessive force. You might ask, is that's a thing? You can excessively force it? Oh yeah. As long as YouTube doesn't flag the content, you can excessively force it. Yeah. Flintknapping is so violent, you might say. Why is Flintknapping so violent? There's all this hitting and pounding and beating the living daylights out of it and attacking and strategy and tactics. Why? It's not necessary. Yeah. Just one of those things. I don't get any complaints about that sort of thing. Yeah, that'd be kind of weird if I got an email. You know, Flintknapping is... It's going to teach people how to be aggressive. I don't get emails like that. I don't get comments like that either. That's a funny thing, huh? I never got a comment that says, you know, this might not be good for people because it's too aggressive. It's always just hitting and pounding and cracking and attacking and lots of noises. Yeah, I hope it never comes down to that, right? Hope it never, people never get that sensitive. And flag the content for being too violent. Yeah. Wishful thinking, huh? Gonna have to do mostly peaceful Flintknapping. Yeah. Mostly peaceful. Mostly. Do it sneakily and ASMRly so that you don't get flagged. Yeah. What is ASMRly? It's a word. It's a word in Flintknapping. You didn't know? Some people watch the Flintknapping to relax. Calms the spirit. Gets rid of anxiety. Yeah, all this smacking and chipping and all that calms the nerves. Really? I guess for some people it does, because I've been told that. Yeah, they turn the volume to a certain level and the clicking is peaceful. It's mostly peaceful clicking. Mostly peaceful chipping. Turn down the volume just to the right level. And that clicking and chipping in the background is relaxing, soothing. Or so I've been told. Oh yes. That I'm not making up. Not making that up. I make up stuff on this channel, but I'm not making that up. What stuff am I making up, you might ask? You'll never know. Yeah. You'll never know. Unless you actually do it. Unless you're actually a flint napper, you never know. Yeah. You'll never know if that's really that hard to get through, this little area right there. I could be just making it up. Or I could be getting through it really easy and you'll never know that it was super hard to get through it. Yeah. This area is not cooperating. I'll let you know right now. But I'm going to try to make it look easy to get rid of it. You might say, so you're trying to make it look easy, aren't you? Yeah, I'm trying to make it look easy just so you can see the potential. Eventually you'll be able to do it. Yeah. Eventually. Probably learned it faster than I learned it. Because I'm slow. I am slow. You got to be able to see the potential. I do agree with that, but you know, I don't always show it. I don't always show the potential because I don't want to risk it. But on this one I'm risking it because it's a pretty tough piece of raw chert that is acting very well, so I can abuse this one. This piece of rock is doing well. Yeah. Except when I do that. Crushed the edge. I crushed it. The edge wasn't dull enough. The edge wasn't boring enough. What? You missed it. Yeah. When the edge is boring, that's when you hit it. And watch out for the YouTube algorithm when you say stuff like that. Don't do what I do, boys and girls. Don't risk getting demonetized. Yeah. Alright. One of these days I'll figure out what is up with the algorithm, what it wants and what it doesn't want. I'll probably be making Folsoms before that happens, because I've heard it's all arbitrary, random, and not scientific. Yeah. I may never know. The world may never know. There was a time where people thought that the world would never know how these things were made in the past. I remember when I first started, there were people that hadn't heard about Flintknapping at all, right? They would say stuff like, there's no way those arrowheads were made by primitive peoples. Or peoples that just use rocks to knap. Nope, not possible. The dates on those were fake, they're modern. I used to hear that too. Yeah, those arrowheads, they're not that old. People are nowadays making them and falsifying the dates. Those are modern. They're all modern. I used to hear that, but I don't hear it so much anymore. Because of all the YouTube flint nappers. Got it on video. The video format is extremely powerful in showing proof. Oh yes. Video is excellent for showing proof of something. It's not perfect, but it's excellent. Captured on video. It's pretty hard to dispute. Yep. But it's getting to the point where you're going to be able to do CGI and make believe almost anything on video. Oh yeah. It's already here. It still looks fake, thank goodness. Maybe I'll see it one day in my lifetime that you can't tell the difference between what the computer can make and what the real life is. We're in big trouble when that happens. We're in big trouble unless we can analyze everything in a rational point of view, like using logic. Is logic going to help you when you're seeing something with your own eyes? Gotta believe it, right? If you see it with your own eyes. Yeah, I'll be an old man and I'm gonna say, yeah, it used to be that way. It's not that way no more. Yeah. Used to be you can just trust your eyeballs. And they'll say, yeah, old man, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You can still trust your eyeballs. Look. And I'll say, yeah, that's just something you want to believe it. That's why you believe it. They know you want to believe it. Yeah, shit it. Someday, hopefully not soon. Hopefully not ever. Alright. I might not be able to get rid of that step fracture. But I'm going to get it on video so you know it's going to be possible if I get it. Yep. Did it do it? Oh. Yeah, it is luck. I am lucky. Yes, I am. Luckier than you? No. Not luckier than you. You can be lucky too. Yeah. Just gotta recognize when it's luck and when it's skill. A lot of this stuff is luck, you know. You hit and you pray. Say a little chant. Do a little dance. There's a crack in it right there. I just noticed that. Why? Why is there a crack there? It's messing up my day. Right from that crystal pocket. So I've got to stop. Yeah. That could mess up my day. If I hit real hard somewhere else, that crack could open up and pop the tip off. Dang it. But it might not run deep. That's my only hope. This little crack right there might not run deep. Let's find out. Let's see what's at the bottom of this Tootsie Pop. It's not that easy to pressure flake. Yeah, just not gonna mess with it too much. All right. I'll just clean up the edge a little bit and not mess with it. Yeah. And make sure when I'm doing the tip that I'm not putting any bending stress on that area. This is a sweat stage. This is where the domed pad is handy because you're able to put pressure right where it's touching the pad, so you're not hanging it over the end of something and then pushing off. Something that could open up that crack. You don't want to open up the crack. No. We're in the weeds. I'm not saying anything because I gotta focus. Is that good enough? I think it's good enough. Maybe. Maybe good enough. We'll see if I can thin that point down a little bit more without taking too much risk. I'll do it. Are you able to see? Is that focus doing its job? It wasn't too bad last video. It was a little bit easier to do this with the other camera, with the other phone. Except the other phone could only store like 3 hours of video. This one can store 12 hours. Yeah, I tested it the other day. This phone can store like 12 hours of video. So I don't have to upload them all on the same day. I can save them up if I wanted to. Or if I forget to delete some by accident, it doesn't fill up the whole phone, and it won't give me a signal that the video storage is almost full, and then I have to interrupt my video, turn it off, and erase something. I don't have to do that or worry about that too much anymore. But the focus is all screwy. It's got 2 cameras in there, or 3 cameras. Yeah, right there. It makes a change right there. See that? Doop, doop. The other camera didn't do that, or the other phone. It's weird. Them aliens designing our phones, they better get on the ball. You see aliens? You didn't know? We're not smart enough to invent these phones. There's no way. Just like the guys back in the day, not smart enough to do arrowheads. They're gonna say those guys, they weren't smart enough to invent cell phones. No. These are future randos on the internet. Rando. R-A-N-D-O. Which stands for random personages. See, even this guy napping some stones, he even admitted the aliens were making the phones. Yeah. Not supposed to say the secret thing out loud, but he did. So there. Proof positive. I said the secret thing out loud, didn't I? Yep. Ready? How do you do that? I don't know. I don't know how I do it. I just wing it, man. Just like the meme. There's a meme going around, dude. I don't know how I do it, dude. Just winging it. I don't know how I do it. You heard that meme? Yeah, it's all over Instagram. I gotta learn to do that guy's voice. It's a very memey voice where you can do memes with it. Say other stuff too. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I've got an hour and a half of excellent content with no conflicts with the TOS. Everything's kosher. Everything's cool. Everything is copacetic, non-violent. No rocks were hurt in the making of this video. No. It's an interesting stone. Very interesting stuff. I can't tell if that's fossils. Probably not. They're just like little minerals. Right? Minerals? Little pockets of quartzite? Little random crackages? Some of it looks like cave art. You know? There's blue specks in here. Yeah. Alright, that's tough raw stone. I'm going to heat some of those flakes. I got a heat treat getting ready, so I'm going to stick them in here. Yeah. All right, so what do we have? I did 3. Yeah, beautiful. Very nice. Nice thumbnail, right? Let's see. Can't see that one. Now you can see it. Fantastic. Alrighty.